In this video, I'm going to show you how to use smart filters on your dashboard. You might call them dynamic lists, where one filter result is dependent on the settings of the prior filters. So I've got a dashboard here, and I'm just going to quickly add two filters on here to demonstrate this. First, I'll make one called territory. This is maybe my high level filter, territory, if I can spell it correctly. And I'm going to go through and for each of the widgets on this dashboard, just like you would as you set up your filters, I would say which widgets I want to drive by the value that I set in this filter. So I'm going to go and select sales territory on each of my widgets. Now you'll notice up here, filter index and smart filter. We don't have to do anything with filter index. That's going to automatically be set based on the order I save these in. And then I could edit and rearrange if I have to. Smart filter I'm going to turn on. So you'll notice it's not an all or nothing. Not all the filters on your dashboard have to be smart filters. Some it wouldn't make sense to use as restrictive values, but others may. So you can choose which ones you want to have that feature turned on for. I'm going to set this one to on. I'm going to create a, I want to use an equal in this case, and I'll sort ascending. And I'm not going to set a value by default. So I'll make that just a custom value. And now you'll see I'll have my filter on with nothing set by default. Now, within each territory, there's going to be a set of customers. And this will be a way for us to easily see that with both of these having the smart filter on, when I pick my territory, it's going to change the results from my customer filter. And that's the desired effect. I don't want to accidentally pick a customer that's not from the territory that I'm interested in and end up getting no results. That's sort of the concept here, dynamic lists. On this, I'm going to do an in list because we have a lot of customers and you'll be able to quickly see all of them. Let's save that. So now I've got two filters. I could definitely save this and have this as a reusable view. But just to show you how they work, I'm going to go ahead and set, well, first I'll show you if I do the customer by itself with nothing turned on territory, you'll see I've got a long list of customers here. So these are all the customers in the system. Because there's nothing defined in this smart filter before it, then it's just going to do its normal operation. I'm going to select a territory. And let's pick Japan because I know we only have a few customers in this demo data associated with the territory of Japan. So first you'll see it automatically turned on. And now when I select my customer list, it's going to dynamically narrow itself down to just the customers that are in Japan. So it makes it really more ideal for users. This is a checkbox, so I could pick one and you'll see that that's going to activate that filter. Keep the checkbox open so I can pick others if I desire. When I do want to close that checkbox, I can close it by clicking on that icon I used to open it. And you'll see that now I have Japan and that particular customer. Ignore the data on here. Now watch this. As I do now change this territory, it's going to automatically turn off all of the downstream filters that have smart filter enabled. So if I change this to APAC, you'll see that it's going to turn off that customer filter because, of course, it's going to be dynamically driven. If this changes, then that's going to change. So this particular choice may no longer be valid. Now, when I go in and I pick a customer again, you'll see my choices have now changed because now it's dynamically being driven by the selection I have of APAC. So that's really the power of these smart filters is you can start to now set up very intelligent decision flows and dynamic list so that users can go through and use. And if you did decide that you wanted to change the order, as I pointed out earlier, if I want to change the order, I'll edit this. And let's say I want to make this to go to the end. I'll give it a 2. And now all of the dynamic nature that I talked about has flipped because now the territory is going to be driven by the customer. So let me show you an example. I'm going to pick a specific, well, I'll pick, let's pick a customer, this one here. You'll see that's going to turn on and automatically turn off the territory because now territory is going to build its list based on the smart filter in front of it. And when I select territory now, instead of seeing all 4 territories, I'm seeing just the territory that's associated with this customer. In this case, there's only one, which is why territory is probably a better choice to put as the first filter in this particular data set. But every data is going to be slightly different. If you do have any questions at all about how to use the smart filter functionality, just email us at support@yurbi.com.